Hi, John. Michael Bliss here for Grow, Love, and Expand once again here. I want to talk to you a little bit today about growth, and kind of what to expect from growth. I think sometimes we over anticipate, right? Or um, we overthink what we expect of what growth should be. And sometimes growth is like a plant, right? That starts from a seed. And you water that seed. And in time, it begins to sprout and then it begins to grow. And most of the times, that does not happen overnight, right? I think about people who do like weight loss programs and looking for fundamental change in their life. And I've trained a lot of people. I've counseled a lot of people. And some people are looking for that quick fix. That overnight success. I can almost rest assured and tell you with 100%, almost 100% certainty that there are no overnight successes. I can almost guarantee you that if you look at somebody who became so called monetarily very successful or successful in their craft, whatever their endeavor is, they put a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of energy into it. It most likely did not happen overnight, you know, unless someone wins the Powerball or the jackpot, lotto, right? But that's not really putting money into your craft. That just happens to be, you know. But you look at somebody who's very famous, and I guarantee you, there's probably a background of a lot of failures before they hit the so-called big one, right? So don't expect a lot from growth. And I think one thing we can learn from life is to relieve the expectations of what you think is to happen and allow what needs to happen, right? A great example of that is when you expect something from somebody, or if you did something for somebody and you expect a certain outcome and they don't give that to you. Could be a lot of disappointment in that, right? And so you got to allow for the growth to mature at its own rate. Allow it to sort of blossom on its own. That doesn't mean that you don't put water on it every day. And you may not water it every day. It may not need to be watered every day. Sometimes you just like, I'm going to work on my business. I'm tired. I'm not working on it today. And you know what? That's okay. I listened to Arnold Schwarzenegger one time, Franco Columbo, talk about, the bodybuilders, right? And I met Franco at like some gym a long, long time ago, probably Gold's or World's Gym might have been, maybe in Santa Monica, California. Um, and he said that. So sometimes him and Arnold would go in there and they put like 135, right, which is nothing for them. And Arnold would take it and drop it and be like, yeah, not into it today. And they would just simply leave, come back the next day and just kill it, bust it. And I think, you have to understand that, sometimes you're not going to water your business every day, and it's okay. It's okay to give yourself that break. Maybe you just need a rest. Maybe you just need a break. For whatever reason, it's just not happening that day. Don't be so hard on yourself. The plan is still in action. The goal is still the same, like we've talked about in other episodes here on Grow, Love, and Expand. But the reality is this. Maybe you just didn't have it, So don't expect a lot from growth. Be open to the possibility of possibility, and it may happen overnight. It might just take off and boom, and you're on the right track, right? But the truth of the matter is, it usually takes a lot of hard work. I mean, think about this. I started back in 1987. 1987. And it's been a lot of self-reflection, a lot of work back and forth. How should I do this? Should I do that? Should I, a lot of doubt, a lot of, you name it. I mean, it's run the gamut, right? But your guides and angels are always there to help, right? What I'm telling you though is don't be so hard on yourself, because it may not be happening overnight. You may not lose that 50 pounds in one night or 1 week. It may take 6 months. It may take a year. It may take 3 months. I don't put expectations on the process. Some people say, well, you should lose 2 pounds a week. No, let the process show you. And it will. If when you're on the right path, it will show you. Trust me. Okay? It will show you, right? But that seed needs time to grow, and it needs water to grow, and it needs nutrients. It needs, a constant attention. Even though you missed one day, as long as you're consistent in your plan, in your goal, your growth will happen, okay? Try to allow the process of the growth. And the plant's the best example, one of the best examples I can give. I'm sure there's many others. That, you plant a seed, you water it, you pay attention to it every day. May or may not be every day, right? But you still water your seed, and eventually it will grow. Growth in spirituality, growth in a job, growth in a diet plan, in a weight loss program, in a muscle building program, whatever the case might be for you, try not to over anticipate and over expect how long or how short it might take. Just be open. I'm sure in the nature world, some seeds sprout faster than others. So that doesn't mean that your idea or whatever you're working on or your career path at your job might take off overnight. It might not. Be okay with that. Growth is a process. It is a process that helps us understand ourselves better. It helps us know who we are better. And when we know who we are better, guess what? We know others better. Believe it or not, there is a reason why they say put the mask over your face first before you put it over your child, because you're no good to them if you're not around, right? So you take care of you, and that way you can understand others. You show your growth. Don't pay attention to what others are doing. If you try to emulate or emulate's not, that's okay. If you have expectations of, well, this person's doing that, then you could have letdowns because your expectations can exceed your growth. And if your expectations exceed your growth, you could have letdowns, right? So we want to minimize these letdowns. I'm not saying they won't happen, but we want to minimize our letdowns by allowing the growth, the seed, to grow at its own pace, okay? And it will. With consistency and effort and intention, it will grow, okay? Allow the seed to grow at its own pace, whatever that seed may be, okay? John Michael Bliss for Grow, Love, and Expand. Thank you so much for listening. Truly do appreciate everybody here. Please spread the word. Hit that like and subscribe button. And hey, peace to everybody. We love you all. And goodwill. Good luck with everything that you do in this world and in this life. We truly do appreciate who you are.